Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey,
Hey y'all,
girl.
I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right in. But first, I must let you know that if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then you just do not want to see a black woman win with your hating ass. Okay?
Where's your makeup?
Subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want more content from me, or if you want to support me, or both, you can join my Patreon. The link is below, or you can join right here on YouTube. You can join YouTube memberships. I have a weekly podcast about intimacy called Jazz After Dark. The last episodes we talked about Valentine's Day, and we talked about how to talk your partner through it. And what does that even mean anyway? I love that. So anyway, join YouTube memberships if you want to hear us talk a little bit spicy about topics we should all be comfortable discussing with our close friends. Okay, wink, wink.
And I'm your close friend.
This is the Bachelor episode 3. I'm going to try to make these videos on time for the rest of the season. Okay, but don't hold me to it. All right, because damn. Anyway.
I'm struggling.
On this episode of The Bachelor, I wrote down we had 2 one-on-one dates and 1 group date, but I actually don't think that was the truth. I think some things changed during the episode and we had more than 1 group date because we had that mini group date. But anyway, let's get into it. Grant is our Bachelor this season. I want to tell y'all how I'm feeling about Grant right now. First of all, I think Grant is super cute. I do think he's a tiny bit rough around the edges. And what I mean by that is like that haircut is not his final haircut, right? This is not Grant's final form, okay? Because he's gonna find better hair. He's going to, tweak his smile a little bit, He's just a little bit rough around the edges, but I like that about him. He really reminds me of like your boy next door, where I'm from anyway. And he's a real cutie, okay? And he also, I will say that I think that Grant has the best emotional intelligence of any Bachelor that I've seen in a really long time. I don't watch the show every season, but I do think he has some really good emotional intelligence, and I'm really impressed by that with him so far.
You only watch the black ones, so the second time.
Anyway, so all right, so we figure out who's going on the group date this episode, and Beverly, the beautiful dark-skinned girl, don't know where she's from, and then the Puerto Rican girl, Carolina, will be going on the one-on-one dates. I know, Joe, these are the top of my notes. I wrote down Beverly's going home.
And she did.
Beverly's going home is at the top of my notes, and she went home. But not for the reasons you think. Anyway, so the first group date, they went on a finance date. Grant said that he's a trader. Remember, he used to play in the NBA, but he's a trader and he
Red flag.
trades for a living. Baby, all that is gambling.
Yep. That's it.
When you hear a man say, "Oh, I trade," you just gamble. That's all that is. Like, you can be good at investing your money, but trading stocks is gambling. Okay? Let's figure out how we can make some more long-term investments, guys. Because that is not no shade. Let me be quiet because y'all gonna come for me. I would never date a man who says that he trades stocks for a living. Now, if that's something that you like to do on the side, that's one thing. But if you trade stocks for a living, you could increase your income, increase your stocks. You can have a lot of gains, but you can have a lot of losses as well. It's a very risky thing to do. Like,
It's very risky, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, Hannah Berner was on this show. I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been doing comedy for over 12 years now. Never heard of this girl. That doesn't mean that she probably never heard of me, so that doesn't mean nothing. But she says that she's a comedian here to talk finance, but she doesn't know why she's here because she's a creative. Why is she on here?
How did she get, who's her agent?
I really be thinking sometimes, like, what type of do I need to bleach my skin? Because the girl came on here. I didn't hear her crack not one joke.
Right. Start bleaching, Jazz.
Anyway, they played a game where you had to answer questions about your finances to win Grant Bucks. I thought the Grant Bucks was really cute, but the game I personally thought was stupid because it was like Cards Against Humanity, because the girl Hannah was picking people who had the craziest or more entertaining answers in her opinion to win the game. Okay?
So was it finance or comedy challenge?
Yeah. For example, one of the questions was, what's the most one of the questions was,
Girl, write it down.
oh, when's the last time your credit card got declined? And a lot of the girls wrote never. And then one girl was like in college, and the girl Hannah was like, "Thank you for being honest. You were the only one that was honest." Bitch, not all of us are financially irresponsible.
Right.
Like, what? Anyway,
I don't think my card has ever been declined.
I wrote down, Grant thinks Bailey is cute, but he said he wants to see her serious side. I wrote down that guys do not like super silly girls. I talked about this when I was watching Ready to Love this past episode. That's also going to be on my YouTube channel because I will be doing that show too. The silly girl got sent home. Listen, I'm a silly, goofy girl myself. Trust me, men do not like girls who are constantly joking and silly. You automatically go into the friend category. Okay? They don't see you as a sex symbol, and that's what men like to see. They like to see a sex symbol. Somebody they can see themselves being serious with, even though they're not very smart. They want to see somebody who's smart and serious and a little bit silly and sexy and all of these things, right? He doesn't want to see somebody who's just joking and joking and joking with him. She got sent home this week. Hey. She also spent the last date that she had with him bawling her eyes out, which was stupid as hell. She should have went home last week. But anyway, that being said, the girl Parisa sat down with Grant during their little time alone together, and they played the Chubby Bunny game, which is where you put things in your mouth and you say Chubby Bunny, like marshmallows or shit like that, and you fill your cheeks up until you can barely say Chubby Bunny anymore. And they were crying laughing during the game. Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny.
Okay, girl.
He was fucking crying his eyes out laughing during that game. But you know what the difference is between the Bailey and Parisa is?
What?
Bailey was silly and goofy every time she sat with him, except for when she was crying. Parisa has already shown Grant that she's a sexy girl, she's sophisticated, and now she wanted to show him her goofy side. That's the difference. Bailey never showed him a serious side. She only showed jokes and crying, and Parisa has already kind of shown that, oh, I can be serious, I can be sexy, but I also have a fun side to me too.
Yeah, totally.
And that's why he liked that about her. And she actually got the rose for this group date. I thought it was so funny that after this group date, Zoe was sad. She was crying because she doesn't have a good personality. And she was watching all of the other girls be bubbly, while she considers herself a more smart, more intelligent girl. But the reality is Zoe just doesn't have a good personality.
Ooh, ouch.
Okay? I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. And she's insecure about it. She doesn't know how to have fun, lighthearted conversations. I said in my first review that Zoe pulled Grant aside during their one-on-one or during their group challenge to have a one-on-one with him to say absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Not a word that mattered.
Baby, you have to have personality. You have to know what to say if you're going to pull somebody aside for alone time. She didn't know what to say. Let's get into the aftermath after this date, right? Serafina, which is the beautiful chocolate skin girl, was referring to Zoe's dress and says, "That's the shortest dress I've ever seen in my life." And Zoe got offended because number one, Serafina, you're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Because I've seen dresses way shorter than that. We've all seen the skirts, the pleated skirts where girls have their booty out. So don't get up here on national television and lie and say that Zoe has on the shortest dress you've ever seen in your life, because you're a liar.
I've worn shorter.
And you just want to be mean. Just say you wanna have attitude with Zoe because you don't like her.
Right.
Just say that, but don't say that that's the shortest dress you've ever seen in your life, because you're lying.
It's just not.
Anyway, I wrote down, Zoe is tall. She's a model. Stop hating. Plain and simple. As a tall girl myself, I love a little short skirt. I love a little short dress. I love it. I love to show my legs, especially when I've been, working on them in the gym and everything like that, and they looking nice and shiny.
Period.
What does it matter? I wrote down, Grant hates the drama, just like every man hates the drama. Let me tell you something. Men hate drama. They even hate it so much when they create it themselves. But just remember that men hate drama, okay? Always remember that. But Grant was kissing Zoe like he liked her. I know that. So anyway, Zoe went to Grant and said, yeah, some of the girls were being mean. Some of the girls were, being mean girls. And, one of the girls said, this is the shortest dress that she's ever seen. And so Grant walked back into the room with all the girls, and he said, listen, it's very important for me and my date to laugh and joke and have a good, my girl to have a good personality. So he gave Parisha the rose, the chubby bunny girls. And after that, he says, and I just want everybody to know, cut out the mean girl shit. He said somebody was making a comment about, short dresses and everybody's clothing. Let's just cut all that out. And this is why I like Grant, because even though this show is highly produced, don't get me wrong, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are probably some of the most highly produced television shows on air, especially for reality, right? These are highly produced shows. I see the authenticity that Grant brings, being The Bachelor, and telling the girls, hey, I don't want to hear nothing about all that mean shit. Lets me know that was an authentic response from him. Like, I don't want to hear that, right? Immediately, I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous, when Grant says cut all that mean girl shit out, is it just me, or did all of the mean girls start crying?
Yes.
They did. And one of them surprised me.
Who?
Because I didn't know she was a mean girl. Let's go over them. So, Serafina started crying. She looked shocked because she was the one who made the comment about the dress. Big bully Allie Joe from Jersey started crying. You know why? Because she is a meanie. She's been mean ever since the show started. She has so much internalized anger. She needs to go to therapies. Okay? Or therapy, as I like to call it. She was a wrestler in high school, and she hasn't gotten out all of that aggression just yet. Girl, go get some help. But no, she was on the couches crying just like the other meanies. And you know who's really surprised me? Who was crying that we didn't even know was a meanie? Halle Bailey. Or the girl that looks like Halle Bailey. She looked like Halle Bailey to me.
Yeah, they do favor.
Why are you crying?
Because she's mean.
I thought you were a sweet pea. I guess I was wrong. because she's crying on the couch. I tried to be nice to her. I really tried to be friends with her. I was trying to make conversation with her. Why are you crying like this? Are you a bitch?
Ooh. Got her.
Yeah, I think a hit dog will holler, baby. We didn't even know you were mean. We hadn't seen any footage of you being mean to Zoe or anyone else in the house. But the way you are bawling on the couch right now lets us know that you're probably not very nice. Okay. All of the mean girls are crying because they're afraid they're going to get sent home for saying mean things to Zoe because they don't know what Zoe told Grant. They don't actually know that Zoe didn't even say any names that we saw. She just said that the girls were being rude to her. And Grant told her, don't stop being yourself. Be you. I like who you are. Period. Anyway.
Grant ate with that.
Carolina was the one who went on the private date, the one-on-one date with Grant this week, and he took her on a private jet and took her to Vegas. It's almost like this is his money, but it's not.
It's not. He's broke.
Anyway, I'm trying to figure out why every time the Puerto Rican and Grant get together, she starts rapping and she starts doing her hands like this and putting on her best black scent.
Annoying as hell, for real.
Listen, I've said this before. I don't watch The Bachelor to watch black love. But I know one damn thing is for sure. Grant better not pick this girl. See the red flags, Grant. Because if I was on The Bachelorette and every time I get around a white man, he starts doing like this and rapping and shit, he would have got cut from the beginning. Because why are you doing that?
It's like a different personality that comes out.
Anyway. They had a good date where they jumped off of the stratosphere in Vegas. I didn't even know you could bungee jump off of the stratosphere, but they did it more than once. And then Grant and Carolina sat down to have dinner, and she cried and told him that she had a disability, which was epilepsy, and she's been treated differently by friends and stuff like that because she has epilepsy and she has it under control. I hope you have your epilepsy under control. You just jumped off of a building twice.
Right. Like, girl, tell me this before we jump.
Did you tell the producers you had epilepsy before you signed a waiver to jump off that building twice?
They knew. They knew.
Listen, I'm glad you're doing well, girl, okay? I think you're okay, to be honest with you, because you just jumped off a building twice.
Not once, but twice. Okay.
I would have had a heart attack. I'm not jumping off no building, okay? Anyway, after the date, we found out, of course, Carolina got the rose. We found out that Beverly went home sick. Nobody explained to us what happened to her. She just got sick and she went home. I told you she was going home. I didn't know why. I just felt like she was going home. Anyway. I thought it was so funny when Carolina came back from the date, the meanie girl from Jersey was like, I hope you guys had a good date. She's trying to be nice for the rest of the episode, honey. She said, honey, I gotta get my act together. She fake. She's so fake. Anyway, because Beverly went home, Grant chose 3 girls to have a mini date with. He chose Serafina, Latia, and somebody else. I can't remember. But anyway, they went to Vanderpump Dogs. Okay? They went to Vanderpump Dogs here in Los Angeles. And this is the first time I noticed that they were in LA during this entire season, you know? But anyway, I wrote down, Serafina, you have no chemistry with Grant.
None.
I don't think he's attracted to you. I'm not even sure you're attracted to him. No chemistry. Latia gets some alone time with Grant, and he always, every single time they are alone, he tells her that she's beautiful. Have y'all noticed that? I think he's really attracted to her. She's a beautiful girl. Grant talks about his dad's addiction and how his mom held the house down, but she wasn't an affectionate person. I would also like to point out we haven't seen Grant's mom this entire season. Where is she? Anyway, during this date, they FaceTime Serafina's mom. Latia's mom. Remember, her mom is white and her dad is from Fiji. I know that when you're from Fiji, like, you're from Fiji, but she never says her dad is black. But her dad is black. Or he was. He passed away when she was a kid. Anyway, I wrote down, Latia is going to make it to the end. Yeah, she got the rose at the end of the date. I did think it was too early to be FaceTiming her mom, but I did like hearing Latia's mom because she sounded very cool, very level-headed, because she said, hey, is it just y'all or any of the other girls around? And they said, oh, it's just us right now. And Latia's mom was like, oh, okay, nice, nice, nice. It let me know that Latia's mom is that girl and she peeping game and she's keeping an eye on her daughter and making sure that you don't even play her daughter and her daughter could never be played. And I actually really love that about Latia's mom. And I said, you know what? I like her. And it actually made me like Latia more because Latia told her mom at that moment, she was like, right now, I'm the only girl around. And that let me know that her mama was speaking in code, like, yeah, I got this. Don't even worry about it. Her mom was like, okay, you got it. I loved that. Okay. It was just, it felt like it felt like me and my mom, to be honest with you. Like, it felt very good, Anyway, after they had their date, Grant said, after tonight, Latia could be my wife.
He said it.
I actually see her making it all the way to the end. I mean, at least top 4. Anyway, back at the house, okay, we got to see the girls get some alone time with Grant. And the Puerto Rican girl, Carolina, was really crashing out because Rose told her that last episode when Grant was dancing with her on stage, that he told Rose that he was thinking about her the whole time. So basically, Rose and Carolina were having a conversation. Carolina had a special moment on stage with Grant. And Rose told her, well, Grant told me that when you were on stage with him, that he was actually thinking about me.
She lied.
Now, why did you tell that lie?
She lied.
You sat up there and lied. You lied. It was all a lie. Because Grant would never say nothing like that.
No.
You know why? Because he's emotionally intelligent. And we can tell that from looking at him and watching this season that he would never say nothing like that. You think he's stupid, don't you?
Ever.
Let's keep going. On the next group date, Grant planned, or the producers planned, a prom night. Okay? He said he didn't get to go to prom. He was too focused on basketball during that time. And he brought 4 guests from the Golden Bachelor. They're trying to get us to watch that. I'm not watching it. He brought 4 guests from the Golden Bachelor to join him, at the prom or whatever. One of the guys was like, be genuine, be authentic, be yourself. You just said be yourself, okay. Be yourself, be yourself. I swear, like, what? Anyway. The blonde girl, I don't remember her name, she took Grant outside to ask him to prom. I said, girl, he already got 20 dates. Anyway, Grant told Haley that he has never dated anybody who was successful and driven, or as successful and driven as he is. I think she's a lawyer, and she told him, this is the most relaxed I've been in a really long time. I guess because she's a workaholic. Let me tell you something. Never try to impress a man with your work ethic. I just work really hard, and I'm just a really hard worker, and I love to work, and I love to make money, and I love to work and make money and work. And I just love to work and make money and work and work and work and work. I'm a little workhorse. No. Okay? Because a man gonna say, really? Prove it.
And then he gonna work you like a horse. Yeah.
Be careful doing that shit. Anyway, Zoe sat down with Grant again, and said she's a hopeless romantic. I said, girl, no, you not. There's nothing romantic about Zoe. She's a beautiful woman, but she's not flirty. She's not even, I hate to say it, she's not even really like soft or romantic. There's really not much romantic things about her from my point of view. I find her to be quite robotic, actually. Anyway.
Artificial intelligence.
The Puerto Rican girl finally got time alone with Grant as she was spiraling out all over the house. And she told him, Rose told me that while you were dancing with me on stage, you told her that you were thinking about her. Grant said, why would I say that? He then went and pulled Rose aside. And he said, Rose, Carolina told me that you said something odd. She told me that you said that while she was dancing with me, that I told you I was thinking about you. What's up with that? I would never say anything like that. And Rose said, I thought I heard you say that.
She lied. She lied again.
Grant said, no, you didn't hear me say that. She goes, oh, I could have sworn that's something that you said.
No.
He goes,
it wasn't.
No. He's like, that's something a player would say. I'm not a player. I'm here to find my wife. Then he looked at the camera and said,
wink.
No, but seriously, he said, I'm not a player. I'm here to find my wife. I would never say anything like that. Why would you say something like that? And she's like, oh, I guess I misheard you. I guess I may have misunderstood something that you said. Girl, just be a real bitch and say, oh, I was trying to make her jealous, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Or you could have lied and be like, oh, no. What I said was, while you was on stage, you was probably thinking about me. I was being funny.
Yeah, don't you get it?
I was just joking. Anyway, Grant said, well, okay. Then he went back and pulled Carolina and said, she swore that I said it. I would never say anything like that. But I want you to know I didn't say it. And Carolina said, okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you. At the end of the day, Rose did not go home for lying on Grant. And I feel like because this show is, like I said, it's highly produced, I think the producers wanted Rose to stay in the house to start drama.
Exactly.
Because we're going to see the next week that Rose is going to say, you threw me under the bus. And it's just going to start drama in the house. That's it. Anyway, Zoe ended up getting the first rose. And Rose also ended up getting a rose. And I really wish she would have went home for lying. Bailey went home. Chloe went home. And Allie Joe went home. The big bad wolf. Yeah. And that's how the episode ended. I am really enjoying The Bachelor this season. I think I'm being entertained so far. And yeah. Anyway, I'll see y'all sometime this week as we watch one of the other million shows that I'm watching right now. Okay?
Bye.
Love y'all. Bye.